Let's finish it off with Rangers, who are facing some strong rumors that Davide Ancelotti is in line to be the next manager of Rangers, the favorite at this moment to be the next manager of Rangers. What do you make of that? Because I feel like that one really came out of left field over the last few days or so.
Well, I thought that initially, and then I started thinking, well, Kevin Thelwell has gone from Everton to Rangers, and of course Kevin worked with Carlo Ancelotti when he was at Everton, and David was there as a coach as well. So that's probably when they got to know each other, and Thelwell had a chance to view him and observe him while he was at Everton. So perhaps it wasn't that strange. I personally think it's a really, really bad decision. I don't think David Ancelotti will understand the bear pit that Glasgow is. I don't think he understands the beast that Rangers is as a football club, the demand from the fans, and Rangers' overriding priority is to beat Celtic. It always has been in Scotland, and that's what it is. You know, certainly Aberdeen gave them a challenge last year, but still, everybody's, any Rangers manager, any Rangers player is measured by can they beat Celtic. Is David Ancelotti the man to beat Celtic? I really don't think so, and I think he'd be way out of his depth. And so if they do it, I would see red lights flashing for Rangers, or blue lights flashing for Rangers, that's for sure. Because I just don't think it's the right appointment. They need somebody with hardened Premier League experience. The one name that sort of cropped up in my looking at all the rumours was Russell Martin, who'd come through a really hard, difficult relegation with Southampton, but has also done a promotion. He seems to be a bit more of the battle-hardened sort of manager I'd be looking at in terms of ways forward.
And you mentioned Russell Martin. There's also the likes of Gary O'Neill, Danny Roll, Rob Edwards, also on that short list. Do any of those names interest you in terms of Rangers? Would you prefer any of those names also to David Ancelotti, or is Russell Martin your number one pick for the Rangers' next manager?
No, I think there's a few of those that would still be over Ancelotti, in my opinion. As I say, this is an unusual posting to Rangers, and you've got to have had experience at the top level. And it was just that Russell Martin's been through some hard experiences and he's learnt a lot from those, and I'd accept that. Ancelotti's never been at the top. He's only been an assistant in his father's shadow. And he's been a bit of a Nepo baby in that sense. And I don't think Rangers is the place where you go and you break into management in that way. It's not like a gentle posting, believe me. He would find it very hard to believe, and I think he'd probably run away pretty quickly. So look, there are other names, and I think they've still got to carry on looking. But I think that's where the rumour came from, because of the Thelwell connection. But I say I will stick with Russell Martin being the name that I've seen at the moment that would do the job. Stephen Gerrard keeps on being linked as well. I think there'd be a mistake to go back. But hopefully the new group at Rangers are going to understand exactly what they're dealing with. I'm hoping the new CEO already has had his feet under the desk and starts to understand the enormity of his challenge. But they've got to keep thinking, what have we got to do? Who have we got to put in place to beat Celtic? Celtic are the benchmark. Now they've got Brendan Rodgers and they've got a very strong squad. That's a lot to challenge against. So they've got to find a way to do that. And having an experienced manager is going to be a real big part of that jigsaw. So I want Rangers to think again and not get excited about names and things going forward. They've got to look at the reality.